1199, namely in the creation of an education and training fund.
Yeah.
And I don't know if people are aware that what they did is they took some of their salary increases because they didn't get the 4 and the 4, and they set aside money for training, and they delayed raises, right, on the due date, and moved them months ahead, and took less of a raise in order to create this, right? That was what they chose to do. City wanted to take a little bit off the top of us too, create a training fund. To be honest with you, we didn't think that we should be paying for the training, but the training is an important part. So Lillian wrote to the State Department raising a series of objections and questions about the way this is being rolled out, right? And as the jobs progress and these requirements are there, we need to be very cognizant of the fact that without training and proper education, we're not going to be able to keep the jobs. So we envision that this recruitment and promotion study committee that was created, that is in the contract itself, that, by the way, I didn't mention this, the city is agreed to put some money to hire experts in different things to come up with some of the analysis that we need in order to create the training and education courses and training courses that we need to do in order to meet the demands of the new workforce, if you will, right? So I don't want to oversimplify this. There's a lot of issues. There are people who are way ahead, taking classes upon themselves, and that's great. There are people who are way behind for whatever reasons. They think, oh, I'm going to bury my hand in the sand and that's it, right? But most people are actually in between, right? In my opinion. So I think what we've been able to do, we've gotten some responses back from the state. Some of it is unclear. They raised some questions to us about the training, and I regret Maura is not here because this is something she's particularly working on. But it's not part of the economic agreement. It is part of our ongoing teaching, in that we believe that in order for us to continue to be viable and not turn this over to the private sector, we're going to have to do training and development, professional development, and we're going to have to get resources to do that. We don't believe that fundamental these resources should be coming out of our raises, which is what the city wanted. Now, that's a big point, because there were others who said, look, we want to create a training fund. It shouldn't come out of our raises. People are entitled to the raise, and we are going to continue to work on this, Nate. I think that we're not there yet, but I do think that this is a commitment we have to make across the board.